Many times in real life, we come across issues where we have to do a kind of a comparison. For example, we would like to know whether, you know, undergoing a tuition for a particular subject is going to make any difference in securing marks. We would like to know whether a particular medicine has got any influence on bringing down the temperature. So in such cases, what we are going to do is we will do a test, something called a paired t-test. So there is a pairing happening. So in the paired t-test, the assumption is that the two samples are not independent and the observations are always in pairs. So therefore, in other words, one sample has a corresponding observation in the other sample pertaining to the same characteristics. So therefore, let us see how do we calculate this paired t-test. So in the paired t-test, the formula which we will be using for paired t-test is T is equal to d bar into root of n divided by SD. So this is the formula that we are going to use. So there is also an alternate formula. It is the same. T is equal to d bar divided by SED. Okay. So standard error of the difference. So this is the formula that we are going to use. Now what each of these represents is very important. For example, d bar is this is the mean of the difference between. So therefore this is x bar of the difference between the paired values. Okay. So paired values. Written shortly, it is the mean of the difference between the paired values. So SD is also important. SD. So SD, that stands for the standard deviation of the difference. Okay, so this we shall calculate. There will be another formula used for calculating the SD of the paired value. As we start solving the problem, we will try to find the how to calculate it. This is the standard error. Okay, so the standard error is the error arising due to fluctuations in sampling. So it is a standard error of the difference. So these are the things that we need to know before we calculate or find out whether there is any pairing that has occurred. So the assumption is that the mean of the difference, okay, the mean of this difference between the pair is actually 0. So that is the assumption. If at all there is some difference is observed, it should be, now we need to test to find the real reason, and it is happening maybe because of chance. Let us take an example and try to solve this one. So let us assume that, you know, in two villages. Okay, so therefore there is a village A and let's make columns. So in village A, so this is denoted as x1. So in the rain in that particular village. So let us assume if the rain in this village, it is measured in millimeters or centimeters, 177.29. Okay, decimal points are given so that you get familiar with the complications involved. So 177. So we are going to take the readings in let us say that in 10 years. So therefore maybe it is better that we write it in that way. So 10 years. So assume this is year. Okay. So assume this is 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Okay, we have for 10 years we are taking the data. Okay, so here is mentioned. So now this is village A, which is denoted as x1. So in 2010 the rainfall was 177.29, 11 it was 146.12. So this is 159.89, 111.68. I've taken this example from a book, a source. So this is 120.41. So this is 114.95. This is 114.14. Let us say this is 137.38 and this is 119.42. Okay, so this is village A. Now you have a village B also. So that is B. This is X2. Okay, so there if the rainfall is 69.79, this is 103.93, 74.29, 123.21, 91.47, 68.18. Now this is 55.50, 105.20, 110.488 and 121.84. What is important for us to see, there is a pairing that has happened. Okay, for every data in 2010 there is a pairing, 2011 there is a pairing, data is available from both the villages. So this is very important. So prior to this calculation is, first of all we need to make a hypothesis. So we will make a hypothesis that there is no significant difference in the rainfall in two places. So therefore let us write it here. There is no significant difference in rainfall. So this is what we need to prove. There is no significant difference in the rainfall in two different places. So therefore the formula which we will be using is T is equal to D bar divided by standard error, difference of the standard error. So therefore we need to find two things in this. Remember, first of all we need to find the D bar. Second, we need to find the standard error. So let us find the D bar. Now we know that D bar is equal to summation of all the D differences divided by capital N. So let us see how do we go ahead with this one. So this is the first thing we are going to find. Okay, so therefore rubbing this in order to create a little space. So let us find either difference. So therefore either D is equal to x1 minus x2. This is the difference. So therefore 117.29 minus 69.79, this is going to be 107.50. This is going to be 42.19. This is 85.60 minus 11.53. This is 5.47. This is 52.23. This is 59.45. This will be 8.94. This is 26.50, and finally it is minus 2.42. So we got that value. In the D we got. Now we need to find the D square. So square of this. So the D square is equal to, it's going to be big numbers, 11556.25. This is 1779.99, 7327.36. So this is 132.94, 29.92. This is 2727.97. It would be very ideal to work on a paper with rows and columns. So this is 34.30. This is 79.92, 1260.25, and this is 5.86. So we got the d square also. Now remember, it is x1 minus x2 square is d square. Okay, we got that. So this total comes to 28,434.76. This value is important for us, and this summation of all the d, this value is also important for us. This is 373.93. So these are the two values that are important for us at the moment. So remember, this is summation of all the d, and this is summation of all the d square. Okay, now let us look at the hypothesis. There is no significant difference in the rainfall. So barring these two values, let us rub the rest of the things so that we will be able to do the calculation. Okay, so these two values are kept here. We will be using them. Let us proceed step by step. So the step number 1 is to find d bar. So d bar, as you know, summation of all the d divided by n. So we have calculated d, that is 373.93 divided by, we know the value of n is equal to 10, that is 37.393. So that is our d bar, we got it. So step number 2 is to find the difference. So standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation. Step number 2 is standard deviation. So standard deviation, we know that is equal to summation of all the d square minus summation of d square minus n divided by n minus 1, the root of that. So we have learned it earlier. So therefore we know summation of all the d square is equal to 28,434.76. Now this also we can rub it. Okay, so that value minus summation of all the d, 373.93, square of this divided by 10 divided by 9 is the root of that. So that will be our standard deviation. Now this value is going to be 40.06. Okay, it's calculated, you will get 40.06. So therefore we have got difference, we have got the standard deviation. Now our step number 3. Our step number 3 is, that is standard difference of the standard error, that is equal to standard deviation. This is a new formula, standard deviation divided by root n. So therefore we know that standard deviation is 40.06 divided by root n is root of 10. So this is going to give us a value of 12.67. Okay, so we have difference of standard deviation also we have got. So these are the 3 points that we have got. Okay, now finally we come to the formula, that is T is equal to, now T is equal to d bar divided by standard difference of the standard error. So this is equal to d bar we have got, that is 37.393 divided by standard error, that is 12.67. So we get a reading of 3.01. Okay, if the T value, T calculated value is 3.01. So this is important for us. So let us rub this to create a little space and let us explain the remaining. So therefore, if the T calculated value is 3.01. Now we need to look at the T table value, and the table is statistical table. You can look at any book to get the statistical table, and the T is the table value. This is how we write it. So the T table value with the confidence level of that is P is equal to 0.05. That is with 95% confidence interval for an n-1 degree of freedom. So n is equal to 10, n-1 degree of freedom for the number 9. You look at the value on the T table, that value is going to be 2.26. You see that if the calculated value is higher than if the t table value, okay, at p is equal to 0.05, at a 95% confidence interval, if the calculated value is if the calculated value is much greater than the table value. So therefore, what we do is we will reject this hypothesis. Okay, we will reject the hypothesis that there is, in other words, there is a significant difference in the rainfall in the two places in the last 10 years, 2010 to 2019. There is significant difference in the rainfall in these two places. So therefore, we reject this hypothesis because if the calculated value is much higher than the table value. So this is how we calculate paired t-test. So this has got many applications, as we began saying in the very beginning, that we can compare things.